Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we got some crazy important news about Ripple and XRP, specifically about the lawsuit and a lot of things related, if I may say so myself. But this Monday, some even more important news is going to be coming out, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on that news. I've told you all before, this lawsuit could be the ticket to a lot of success for all of us, so make sure you are watching it closely. Now, former Ripple partner Moneygram is in talks to be purchased by the PE firm Advent. This on its own wouldn't really be that big of a deal, except for the fact that Ripple basically lost their stake in Moneygram due to the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit, which, by the way, right now, Ripple is going to depose William Hinman, an ex-SEC official, on the 27th. It's basically been delayed from the 19th to the 27th, mostly because they have to discuss what exactly can be covered in that deposition, and that's basically a lot of the stuff that's going to be coming out on Monday. Basically, whether or not Ripple and the SEC are going to be having a couple of days of discussion, or whether or not they can come to a conclusion, straight up on Monday. We shall see, All right. Walter Bloomberg said PE firm, private equity, right? Advent is in talks to acquire Moneygram by Street Insider. Moneygram used to be a major partner of Ripple. However, on March 9th, the company officially terminated its partnership with Moneygram. And prior to that, the latter distanced itself from Ripple after the US SEC regulatory agency initiated a lawsuit against it and two of its top-tier executives. A few days after the partnership was terminated, Ripple Labs sold all of Moneygram shares it held, and yeah, it's interesting to me. Mostly on the basis that this would have all not happened had they not been sued, right? Or would it have? And also, how would this partnership have developed itself had Ripple not been sued? And had they kept this partnership and had they kept their share in Moneygram? I really wonder about that, because from a certain perspective, it costs Ripple so much money to utilize that. And since they didn't have the proper clarity just quite yet, you might call it a little bit of a waste of money to some degree. But no, I think having this Moneygram partnership brought them on the map and gave them some more legitimacy, and now it being out of the question, out of the way, is just a little bit of an annoyance. And now that they're going to be bought by somebody else, even before that though, I already did not think they were going to have any sort of partnership in the future, because I believe Ripple even complained about the way that Moneygram handled these things, but now it's kind of all completely gone and lost, right? And I'm also wondering how exactly the damages are going to be filed at one point or another, because Ripple has gotten some severe damages because of all of this, and Moneygram wasn't really something that people put up in the damages, but it's definitely a key factor in this lawsuit too. Now, on that same note of key factors, what we are noticing is that a lot of people that you guys most likely know in the crypto space are, funny enough, cozying up to crypto quite significantly. Da Vinci, for example, saying, "This is going to sound crazy, but XRP is closer to a bottom now." And I also tweeted out quickly that he's finally coming to terms. I met him a couple of months ago and we were talking a little bit about XRP. He wasn't too much of a fan like most people I talked to. Even BitBoy wasn't really too much of a fan of XRP a little while ago, but he's changed his mind, and Da Vinci maybe is also starting to change his mind a little bit. It's pretty funny. So I'm kind of hoping it is, because then our next conversation is going to be a lot more fun. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't like it. I'm not too sure about that. But we shall see. And same thing for BitBoy. I really wonder if his stance about XRP is going to stay the same, or whether or not he's just doing all of this for attention. Okay, one of the people actually told me, and we've been thinking about this, his team, right, pretty big, a couple of people that are working for him, has basically decided that he should talk about XRP because he was kind of getting stuck at 1.1 million. And the XP community is quite big. He could get a couple thousand, maybe tens of thousands of extra followers if he broadens his community, basically. And by opening up to XRP, a lot of the people that are watching him already are not going to quit, but there's a lot of people who can enter into his space, which is why I'm sometimes thinking he might eventually switch over to becoming a big Dogecoin supporter or something like that too, because there's a huge community who supports Dogecoin or Shiba and that type of cryptos. Like, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about how he's going to be taking that, or how he's going to be doing that. But it's most likely just some sort of strategic game. So I don't take it too personally of him entering, nor him spreading false information, because, well, a lot of the news outlets are spreading false information every single day. One fun thing that is going pretty trendy here on Crypto Panic is this right here. Whales move 14.5 thousand Bitcoin to Binance. Bitcoin selling pressure is high by CryptoQuant CEO. And the undertext was, whales moved 14,000 Bitcoin to Binance on Thursday, as per recent analytics data. 4.5 million Bitcoin were deposited within an hour. Oh, sorry guys, 4.5 thousand Bitcoin were deposited within an hour. And Dumb Page actually posts, so the current news being served to us from various outlets is, in a nutshell, BTC is being withdrawn from exchanges en masse, and the market is about to experience a supply shock and the price will rocket. At the same time, Bitcoin is apparently being deposited on exchanges in huge amounts and there will be an oversupply and the price will crash. It's out, it's in, it is, it isn't, it could be, might be, it'll be, and it will never be, but it already was. One guy says the bull run is over, and another guy says it isn't, but it is. Clear? No. One thing I quickly want to ask you guys, if you're watching right now as well, is do you think it's clear what's happening right now? Because I am completely confused, and even because I'm, I guess, making these videos so often and reading so much news, I've been thrown from left to right to left to right, feeling like a little, I'm not going to say that, feeling not so nice, because there's really, it's really difficult to get the proper inference from all of this. Like, if we can actually check exchange inflows and outflows, but since it's like follow my mouse, right? Like an up and down and up and down and up and down, every single day it kind of switches over with the ties, and also the inference we should take out of these inflows and outflows is really difficult. I mean, usually an outflow would be rather nice. If exchanges, if there's a huge outflow, it basically means that people are taking the money off exchanges, so there's less to be traded on there. People aren't selling because they're holding, so that's good. However, you can actually kind of turn that story around where, again, the more money that's being taken out, the more money that can be deposited soon, which basically could be a big shock at one point or another being bad. And exactly the opposite thing you could say as well. If there's right now more money being deposited on exchanges, eventually that's going to stop, which can turn everything around if there's right now a big amount of it happening. And so forth and so on. You can draw a lot of conclusions. You can go with a story for a little while. Point being, there's really nothing wrong, there's really nothing right, because we don't ultimately know which one has the upper hand. Most likely there's a couple of people high up there that know or that are participating, but we could just watch. And even the bull run right now, is it over? Is it not over? People are giving different opinions, and even me. I've been watching this every single day. I'm covering it every single day, so I update myself with all the news, but even I'm confused. Like, what exactly determines a bull run? Because the more you zoom out for Bitcoin, it kind of looks like it's never ended in the bull run. Then again, if you zoom in a little bit, it's been making lower lows for a little while, and it does kind of look like we are in a bear run. Then again, if you zoom out to a weekly or even a monthly, it does look like a bull run yet again. It's so difficult for me. It's so difficult to tell you guys a good story about that. But having said that, it's going to be confusing for a very good while. And we don't trust that many other sources. We just buy crypto. I guess that's kind of the motto. By the way, guys, make sure you check out my 5-minute crypto channel. Link is down below. I also covered the Binance fudge situation. And yeah, this is my second channel. It's called 5-Minute Crypto. I definitely recommend you guys check it out. And seeing Bybit down there, Bybit, there's a huge competition right now going on. 30,000 XP to be won. Go check it out. A link is down below. I recommend it, everybody. By the way, if you don't know how Bybit works, just read through this for yourself. And if you still don't like it, don't join. It is as simple as that. But Binance is basically a leverage exchange that you use every single day. If you're in the US or UK, a little bit more difficult to join. But the rest of the world, I think it's pretty damn simple. So once more, go check it out. Then John Deaton posted this. 2 years ago, the UK's FCA established digital assets into 3 categories. 1. Exchange tokens. 2. Utility tokens. And 3. Security tokens. XRP is considered a hybrid token falling between a utility and exchange token. Meanwhile, the US SEC continues to show reluctance to provide additional guidance about how to determine whether a token is being sold as part of a securities offering or which tokens are securities, by SEC Commissioners Hester Pierce and Aylett Roisman, as that's literally what's going on right now. They're not given the proper clarity for some unknown reason, and it's just been dragging. A little fun fact, though, is that even though it's been going on for a little while, XRP still actually is one of the best performers out of this year. Did you guys know that? If you look at I think the start of the year up till now, XRP is still one of the best performers out there. Little fun fact. And then Ethereum co-founder says safety concern has him quit crypto. I did actually not read this article I noticed just now. Ooh. Anthony DeLorio, a co-founder of the Ethereum network, says he's done with the cryptocurrency world, partially because of personal safety concerns. DeLorean, 48, has had a security team since 2017 with someone traveling with or meeting him wherever he goes. In the coming weeks, he plans to sell Decentral Inc. and refocus on philanthropy and other ventures not related to crypto. The Canadian expects to sever ties in time with other startups he's involved with and doesn't plan on funding any more blockchain projects. It's got a risk profile that I'm not too enthused about, said DeLorean, who declined to disclose his crypto holdings or net worth. Quote, I don't feel necessarily safe in this space. If I was focused on larger problems, I think I'd be safer, end quote. Back in 2013, DeLorean co-founded Ethereum, which has become the home of many of the hottest crypto projects, particularly in decentralized finance, which lets people borrow, lend, and yada, yada, yada. And I guess he's been venture capitaling for a little while here. He made a splash in 2018 when he bought a very luxurious home in Canada, paying it partly with digital money. He purchased the 3-story penthouse for $22 million US dollars. Okay. And his net worth is taught to be about $1 billion. And his Ether price has actually doubled since that estimation was made. So he's most likely a billionaire. And now he is wondering about his safety. DeLorean said he has talked with a couple of potential investors and believes the startup will be valued at hundreds of millions. This is about something else. But yeah, I will incorporate crypto when needed, but lots of times it's not. Okay, whatever. I mean, co-founder, who cares really? Co-founders at the start don't really matter anymore in the end of things. If a co-founder of a project that started a couple of years ago quits, who cares about that? Charlie Lee, I think it's Charlie Lee, Satoshi Lee, whatever, the freaking Litecoin guy quit. But he's still developing. Nobody really, I mean, back then they really made it a big problem, but in the end of things, it doesn't really matter. If I guess it's because he sold all his coins, which is actually also a little bit differently, I guess, than just quitting crypto altogether. If, however, Jed McCaleb were to quit crypto, I would see it as a good thing. If any of those guys quit because they're done with it, just because it's too much stress or too much safety concern, I would completely get that. I wouldn't feel too many hard feelings, especially if you're not the only founder. If you're, let's say, for example, one of the 6 co-founders or something like that. So, yeah, not big of an article. I guess it's an important subject to kind of think about, safety and whatnot, which is often, of course, my concern with the face reveal as well. But then again, from a different perspective, it's also, he was a very important guy, a lot of freaking money. We're not that special as this individual. I guess we're pretty cool people for being crypto early, and I still always applaud you guys for being so early into the space. But until the moment we fund a crypto project, I guess we don't have the same concerns that he has, which are a privilege, I guess, huh? So be happy we're not in his shoes, because we could still be involved with crypto and be very happy with it. So yeah, I guess it's a 50-50, all right? But that was it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Join the Bybit competition, link is down below, and I'll see you guys again. Hey, there we go, another person entered. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today or tomorrow, something like that.